You ever felt like you're winning on paper, but losing your soul? Back in the day, I was a car salesman. The paychecks, massive. But the cost? I lost my integrity. See, I was chasing a paycheck, not my passion. But then everything changed when I stopped selling cars and started monetizing my passion. I traded the used cars for jet boats, things I actually loved and cared about. And suddenly, work didn't feel like a grind, it felt like a mission. Today, we're teaching the value of pivoting from soul sucking career and telling the story of how I built a business that feels as effortless as a sunset cruise. I'm Will. This is Servant CEO. Let's get into it. Well, after my little opening monologue there, I want to plug the book real quick here. For those of you that are new to the channel, we are talking about the new book just came out. This is The Customer First Business. It's available on Amazon. It's available at our website, servantceo.com. And we wanted to take this time with this video channel really to kind of break down the book, to make it more personal, maybe dive a little deeper than what we talk about actually in the text of the pages that you'll find in the book, and to just maybe tell some stories. I always like taking a piece of text and connecting it to something real or a story. It helps me understand it better. So hopefully this will help you. Thanks for watching. Those of you that are subscribed, really appreciate you guys. And those that are starting to kind of find this channel, tell your friends about it. If you're looking at building a business, follow this channel. I think we're going to help you out a lot. We've had a great success over the years, and the things we teach on this channel really should go a long way to help you building your business and doing it in a real sustainable way where you get to keep your integrity, like we talked about in the opening monologue there. I want to tell a story about this particular subject. It's in the book. It's really funny. I started out in sales selling car stereo, selling car audio video, TVs, those sorts of things. And of course, I used those things every day. I was a young kid. Stereos were important. And so sales in that world were very easy to me. I loved what I was selling. The people I was talking with were my kind of people. And I just really did well. Sales came easy. Work was not laborious. It was actually fun. And I did the same thing in the power sports world. I found out that I loved motorcycles. I owned a bunch of them. I bought and sold them kind of as a hobby. And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool to sell motorcycles and wave runners and boats and get paid to do that? That'd be awesome. And so I did that. And sure enough, it was the people that I hung out with on the weekends that I was selling to and showing them all the cool things that we were doing. So again, sales were easy. Money came easy. And I did not realize in that moment that I had kind of stumbled into something by accident that many people never experience or even know how to place value on. So there's this story really kind of goes sideways. We would hear from time to time from people that would come into the power sports dealership, some of the car salesmen in town, some guys selling Mercedes or selling Toyota, and they would brag about their paychecks. And that should have been a red flag right there. Who brags about their paycheck, right? I'm a young guy, so I didn't know any better, but I would hear about all this money that's being made in the car business. And we thought, man, we're not making any money in the power sports business. I should go sell cars, right? So one of my customers one day comes in, buys some four-wheelers, I think it was, and his name was Mike Schmitz. Had a dealership in Dothan there. He sold Mercedes and Toyota, and they had Buick and Hyundai. Anyway, he offered me a job, and I thought, well, this is my end. I'm getting into the car business. And did not really think it through. In this job selling power sports, I was selling motorcycles and I was selling wave runners. I was selling fun. I was selling the promise of going out on a weekend and having a blast with my family and friends. Did not realize going into the car business that I was going to be selling Buicks. There's nothing at all fun about a Buick. And I couldn't relate to the customers because people that buy Buicks, they're generally above 60 years old, at least back in those days. This was in the early 2000s, probably around 2003, 2002 timeframe. So the money did come pouring in. I was selling Buicks. I was making money, but honestly, it was absolutely soul-sucking work. And it wasn't really about serving people or finding out what they needed and trying to help them along their way. Selling cars was about a paycheck, and it was trying to make the most that you could. So I found myself kind of losing my integrity. It was exchanging what it felt like before, fun and low pressure and, the things that are really, I think everyone in the sales business would like to have, to then working for a manager at the time who was really pushing us really hard to make sales. And And I'll tell you what, it just went from joy going to work. It went to, you know, just not being happy. And I think that's really what I want to talk about in this segment of this first part here on chapter one. You want to do something in business that you're going to be happy about, something that you're passionate about, something that for the rest of your life you're going to look forward to on Monday morning going into the office. It's something that you really look forward to. People ask me at times, what business should I get into? And I always try to ask them first, what are you passionate about? What do you love to do on the weekend? What do you think about in your spare time? Something that you've had passion about all your whole life. And that's really the important thing. If you can find a way to monetize your passion, then when those times get tough, when those things happen that maybe cause you to think, I should just throw in the towel or quit, that passion is what carries you through. It's the thing that drives you to innovate, that passion, because you're always thinking about how could I make this experience better for me or for my customers or for my family, you know? I think that's really the lesson that I want to teach in this segment. First and foremost, find what you're passionate about. What is it that you would just do for free? Learn all you can about it. Get out there and study about it. There's tons of options available to you in this day and age with YouTube and all the other places you can find information. It's super easy to do. You can find it on your cell phone. You can find it through AI, I use Gemini, ChatGPT, whatever. But yeah, you can find so much, and you can really become an expert rather quickly. The happy ending for this segment is today, owning Jet Boat Pilot, I get to play with toys all day. There are times I'm out on a boat cruising, I'm taking a test drive, maybe testing some new product out, and I'm out in my native environment. I'm on the water, the sun's shining, the wind's in my hair. I look at my camera guy sometimes, or I look at my friends and I'll say, I get paid to do this. It's almost like a pinch me moment, that doing what I love. My dad taught me that lesson early on. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So I encourage you in this early stage, when you're deciding if you want to be in business for yourself and you're trying to discover what you want to do, find what you're passionate about and find a way to monetize that passion. We'll get into some more detail in later parts of this book here, but I want to say this. I want you to really study on, if you have not developed salesmanship yet, go find a way that you can deal with or work with the things you're passionate about, and maybe see if you can get a job doing it. See if you can get a commission type job doing it, because sales is going to be important. We'll talk about that later on. All right, well, great. Listen, once again, servantceo.com. Check us out. Pick the book up. It's on Amazon. The audiobook will be out soon. We'll have it also on Audible. The ebook is on Kindle, so a bunch of different ways that you can get a hold of it. If you've got questions at all, I'd love to talk with you about this. Hit us below in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions for you. Check us out at servantceo.com. There's a contact us page there as well. Like and subscribe if these videos have been helpful to you in any way. Hit that like button, subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That really kind of helps us get into YouTube's algorithm. And if you like these videos, check this one out.